I'm so excited for this video. Today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite fragrance notes in the whole entire world. I'm going to talk about sandalwood fragrances. Sandalwood, I have realized that I like in any form. It can be dark, it can be deep, it can be dry, it can be creamy, it can be anything, and I instantly fall in love with fragrances if they have the sandalwood note in it. So today I'm going to talk to you about a few captivating fragrances, in my opinion, that you'll find if you're looking for sandalwood fragrances. I am literally mind blown by these fragrances and I am super excited to share these with you. So let's get started. The first perfume that I'm going to talk to you about is Santal Austral. This is by Matière Première and I have no words for this fragrance. This is a beautiful powdery iris fragrance at the top with some slight softness from the benzoin and tonka bean and lots of sandalwood. It has organic sandalwood from Australia. This is a brand new perfume in my collection. And this fragrance is not for the light-hearted. You really have to like your super dry and woody fragrances to appreciate this fragrance right here. It's a very simple fragrance if you just see the note breakdown, but when you smell the fragrance and when you actually spray it on your skin and experience the fragrance, it becomes this complex layered fragrance that just blows you away. It's a very high quality and masterfully created fragrance from Matière Première. It's one of their best fragrances. I've smelled a few fragrances from this brand and honestly, I don't think they go wrong when they create a fragrance. There is nothing from this line that I think is, offensive in any way or polarizing in any way. Everything is just so refined and well-rounded overall and yet so simple. Like everything about this fragrance brand is super simple. The bottles are like super chic. It's just a plain transparent glass bottle with the label in white color with the brand name. It's just beautiful. Everything about this fragrance brand is amazing. I absolutely love Matière Première. The longevity on this fragrance is incredible. I was actually reading through people's reviews on this fragrance and there was this note that I saw that this fragrance is very difficult to get rid of from your clothes. And I don't know why it's a bad thing or if that person meant it as a bad thing. I have no idea. That is absolutely what we want from our fragrances. If we are paying so much, it's like an investment and the return that you get is the longevity and the projection of the perfumes. It lasts forever. It has a massive projection. It leaves a beautiful trail behind you when you walk by. It ticks off every box in terms of longevity, projection and sillage. I think it's a unisex fragrance and I would say it is an all season, all occasion for me specifically because I don't think it's too heavy. It's just very dry. If dry fragrances are something that you don't reach out to in certain weather conditions, then maybe that can be one of the things that puts you off of this fragrance. But I think it's a perfect all season, all occasion fragrance with a potential for being a signature fragrance. I absolutely love this fragrance and I highly recommend you try it if you like your super strong and dry sandalwood fragrances. This would be the perfect addition to your collection. The next perfume that I'm going to talk to you about is Gris Charnel by BDK. This is, oh my god, I love this fragrance. This is again a new perfume to my collection. Oh my god, this is some fresh cardamom at the top with some fig leaf. It has some greenness from the fig leaf. It has black tea. It has some warm and deep sandalwood and tonka bean. A very voluptuous vanilla and some ambery smoky roundness. It is such a dark, intense sandalwood fragrance with some vanilla and amber. Oh my god, it's a warm, spicy, woody, balmy dream. It has an incredible dry down from the tonka bean and the vanilla. This perfume oozes class. It oozes like sophistication and classiness. This perfume, when you spray it on your skin, after some time it evolves into this super layered and complex fragrance. You start smelling those ambery, woody notes which make it such an intense and such a deep fragrance. Overall, I would say this fragrance is a unisex fragrance leaning a little more masculine just because it's very like deep and dark sandalwood, but that does not stop me at all. In fact, I love like deep, woody, spicy fragrances. So if that is up your alley, just give this perfume a try. Trust me, it is incredible. This is a very long-lasting fragrance, has a great projection and also leaves a very intoxicating sillage. This is a great pick for the cooler weather. So in the evenings or the nighttime in the cooler weather, but honestly, I really don't follow all that. I just wear fragrances when I feel like wearing them. I would recommend wearing this during the nighttime. It would just shine during the nighttime more. And yes, if you want to smell super sexy, sensual, mysterious and sweep someone off their feet, this is going to be the perfect fragrance for that. The next perfume recommendation I have for you is White on White by Xerjoff. This fragrance has some fresh hints of bergamot. It has some earthiness from the fig leaf. It gives it that earthy greenness along with the patchouli. It has some tolu balsam. It gives it that sweet ambery touch with some bourbon vanilla. It has some muskiness and super creamy sandalwood. Wearing this fragrance gives me the feeling of floating on a milky fig cloud with a blanket of amber, musk and vanilla. It's just an incredible fragrance. It's a very dreamy fragrance and it creates this like soothing sensation and gives you this poised persona. It's a unisex fragrance. It's an extremely long-lasting fragrance. It latches onto my clothes for days. The projection and the sillage on this fragrance are moderate. Also, I would say this is a perfect all-season, all-occasion fragrance. So it's an inoffensive, very creamy, smooth sandalwood and it gives you this super comforting and soothing feeling. My next fragrance recommendation is Pasticcio and this is by Sospiro. This fragrance has some floral freshness with some very sugary violet. It has this rich and deep base of sandalwood, some musk, some cedarwood, and a very balsamic touch from heliotrope. On paper, it's a very fresh, floral, woody, spicy fragrance, but on my skin, it becomes this completely different thing. On my skin, this becomes a very warm, spicy, aromatic, and slightly boozy fragrance. But yeah, it becomes slightly different from what I see in the notes. So, I don't know, let me know if you get the same thing. It almost gives me Gris Charnel Extrait vibes with that dark, mysterious feeling when I spray it on my skin. I see this fragrance on a very like stylish and a very chic person, like a very chic man. I would say this is a unisex fragrance leaning a little more masculine because of its deep character. This is a very long-lasting fragrance with great projection and sillage, and I would say this is an evening, nighttime appropriate fragrance because of its mysterious character. So if that is something that you're into, I think you should definitely give this a sniff. My final sandalwood fragrance is Blessed Baraka by Initio. Guys, I mean, at this point you should know, I just absolutely love this fragrance. This is one of the best sandalwood fragrance that I have in my collection. That's why it made the list. It is incredible. This is a super captivating blend of some musk, some sandalwood, some amber with some white florals. It's a very sexy and a very powerful fragrance. It just exudes power. Super high quality, amazing, refined, well blended, incredible. Once I had just worn this fragrance and I was going for a party, and a few of my friends and myself were sharing a cab. It was the first time that I was wearing this fragrance, and that's why I remember the story very distinctly. I entered the cab, and as soon as I entered, that person was like, "Oh my god, what are you wearing? Something smells so good." This fragrance filled up the entire cab, and it was just so shocking to me how potent this fragrance is. And I think it's just so unique in character that everyone immediately notices the fragrance. So yeah, this is going to be your take notice fragrance. If I were to personify this fragrance, I would say it is John Wick. It's just, all black outfit, super powerful, just a very potent and polarizing fragrance overall. It just fits that intimidating, quiet, and like a quiet, luxury, classy, chic man. And trust me, when you wear this fragrance, your aura, the aura that this fragrance creates, is going to intoxicate everyone around you. This fragrance fills up the room. It has massive projection and an incredible trail. It lasts forever on your skin and on your clothes. Since it is a very potent fragrance, some people may find it polarizing, so I would highly recommend you give it a try before getting like a full-sized bottle of it. It's a very mystical and a powerhouse fragrance from Inesio, and I would say this is an evening appropriate fragrance because of its rich, deep character. Some people may find it too heavy during the warmer months. I personally have no problem wearing this fragrance all season, all occasion, just in the evenings. And you should also be ready for it to stay on your skin, on your clothes, and on your hair for at least one whole day after wearing this fragrance. So yes, if you want to smell super intimidating and powerful, this is going to be your perfume. Those were all my Sandalwood perfume recommendations for you today to make you stand out in a crowd. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have tried any of these fragrances and how they smell on you, what your thoughts on them are, and also if you have any sandalwood favorites, and in general if you like the note of sandalwood and in combination with what. I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, I post videos every Sunday, so I hope to see you then. Until then, spread those good vibes and beautiful scents wherever you go.